Welcome, yogis. Today we are outside in the beautiful late summer, late autumn weather. It is 80 degrees, so if I get out of breath, I apologize in advance. But I couldn't resist the lovely green trees behind me for our practice today. We will be doing an intermediate moon salutation, plus a little bit of a warm up and a cool down in Shavasana to make it a good full practice. So intermediate means that instead of sticking with our basic warrior 1 and warrior 2, we will kick it up a notch and we'll try out some warrior 3s and some half moon poses to really make it a little bit more difficult and challenge our balance, our strength, and our flexibility, the 3 aspects of a full, well-rounded yoga class. All right, let's start our warm-up by finding an easy seat wherever you are. Today you will need 2 yoga blocks, one at either end of your mat. If you don't have a yoga block, grab a box, a book, anything that you can stack your hands on just for a little bit of help getting in and out of some of the more difficult poses today. Once you have that and you're all set, let's sit up tall, find your easy seat. You can start to close your eyes or soften the eyelids. And we'll take a little slight smile on our face today, the corners of the mouth lifting up. Just enjoying yourself, enjoying the day, knowing you're about to do something really fun and positive for your mind and body. We'll open today's class or video with our 3 rounds of deep breath. So first one, take a big inhale through your nose. And then exhale it all through the mouth. Sigh it out. Notice your muscles softening, your shoulders sinking. Again, inhale. Fill the ribs, the lungs expand in all directions. And exhale. Sigh it out. Last one. Inhale all the way. And exhale fully. And don't forget to smile. From here, we can return to a normal breath. We'll do a little warm up through the arms and the sides of the body. Moon salutations really have a lot of side bending in them. So let's walk our hands out, flip the palms up. Inhale, take your first sun breath, reaching up, looking up overhead. And exhale, float it down. Relax the shoulders. Second sun breath. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, float down. And the final one here, we'll inhale, reach the arms up. We'll take a side bend. So your right hand comes down for support. Left hand reaches up and lean over. And if you notice your body cheating, your chest rolling forward or down, let's try really hard to keep the chest facing forward or maybe up a little, opening up that top shoulder. And inhale, lift both arms. And then exhale, left hand down. We'll reach up, lean over, open chest, top shoulder rolls back a bit. And inhale, both arms lift. Exhale, let's fold the hands down in front of you, walk them forward, round your back. I like to think of these as a seated child's pose. Let the head hang forward, chin to chest, back round. If you'd like to find a little bit of movement to stretch the lower back, you can sway side to side. And then walk your hands towards the body on the inhale and come back up to your easy seat. From here, we'll roll into a tabletop pose. Stacking shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. There's not much wrist use in moon salutations. This will be the only time we're on our wrists. If you don't like to bear weight on your wrists, take your blocks and place your forearms on them. This is another option, and I'll do this to demonstrate it. Takes a little bit more shoulder strength. We want to stay lifted in the shoulders, so we can do cats and cows and spinal balance like this as well. So we'll start off with a cow pose, tipping the tailbone up to the sky, letting the belly hang, back arch. Pull the shoulder blades back. Inhale, gaze forward. And reverse it for cat. Tuck the tailbone, round the back, chin to chest. Exhale all the way out. Pull the navel in. And return to cow. Inhale and arch. Exhale, round the back. And one more. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. And then return to your tabletop. From here, we can come to our hands or continue using blocks. Do a little spinal balance. Let's step your right foot back and lift it up body height. You can look over your shoulders, see where it's at. One of the most common mistakes I see is that it's way up here. It throws everything off. Or we think our leg is straight, but really it's about here. Tilted out, hips rotated. So try to find straight leg, straight back, driving the heel back, and think of your lower back being flat through the pelvis. If you had a yoga block on it, it could balance there. It's not going to slide off. And then we can take the opposite hand, reach it out in front. Left hand, right foot, straight line here, and lower the hand and knee down. Other side, left foot steps back. Check over the shoulder, see what it looks like. Make these little adjustments for yourself since there's no teacher with you at home right now. And then right arm reaches forward. Lift with your core, strong shoulders, active in the glutes, not the lower back to lift that foot. And lower the hand and knee. Widen out the knees, take a little child's pose here, hips to heel, settle in, chest comes down towards the mat. Take a few breaths in your child's pose. This is a great rest pose if at any point you need a rest today. And it's also a good time to just assess how your body's feeling. Are you ready for today's practice? Is anything sore? Feels like it needs a little extra attention. Then we can assess our mindset. If we're distracted, if we feel like, oh, okay, hurry up, I've got stuff to do, then we're probably not really ready for yoga yet. So make a commitment to yourself. Set aside all those thoughts. They'll be waiting for you after the video. For the rest of the video, you can just focus on you and what you're doing on your mat. Arms reach up to the top. We'll inhale and lift up. And step both feet back. Find a full plank. Keep your hands and feet where they are. Bend the knees, lift the hips. Find downward facing dog. This will be the only downward dog we do. Pedal out the feet, roll out the ankles. Find any little movements that feel good. And then when you're ready, you can walk your hands back towards your feet. And I'm already leaving sweaty handprints on my mat. 80 degrees, feels like 90. All right, so come to the center of your mat. Find your mountain pose. We're ready to begin the first moon salutation of today's class. You'll want a block at either end of the mat, and that's where they'll stay, so we always have one nearby. Finding your mountain. Stand tall. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Palms can push together, and we'll steeple to the left. Keeping that chest forward or open up towards the ceiling a little. Inhale up to center. Exhale, steeple to the other side. Inhale up and release the arms. We'll step out wide into a goddess pose. Goddess pose is the first and last of each moon cycle or moon salutation. Knees are driving out, elbows pulled back. Inhale, reach up to star, straight arms, straight legs. And from here, we'll come into a warrior two. Left knee is bent. Check your back arm, check your front arm, make sure they're in a straight line. And here's where we kick it up to an intermediate level. So take your yoga block on this side, and we'll come into a half moon pose. Reach down, find somewhere in front of your foot, maybe a little bit out towards the pinky toe side of the foot. Hand on the block, shift your shoulder over the block. So play around with where it needs to go. Once that's there, the back foot can start to lift up. To try to be body height, we want a horizontal line, and once that's in place, top arm can reach up towards the sky. Half moon pose is a pretty hard balance, so if you fall out of it, regroup, come back in. Your gaze can be down at the ground, or we can try to turn our head to look up at the top thumb. There we go. Turning your head will challenge the balance. So do what works best for you. And when you're ready to come out of your half moon, reverse it. Foot comes down. Return to your warrior two. I personally think we should come in and out of the same pose when we enter these more challenging poses. So we entered from warrior two and we returned to warrior two. Next step, back arm floats down and forward. We'll shift everything to a warrior one. Just like in our basic moon sal for beginners, we did a warrior one. So the back heel is down, foot's out 45 degrees, front knees bent, arms up. Take a breath or two and join your warrior one. And from here, we'll kick it up another notch into a warrior three. So inhale, reach up high. We'll exhale, fold the hands down, find your block, both hands on it, about a foot in front. Shift your shoulders over the block. Back foot can start to lift, just like in our spinal balance. We want a pretty flat pelvis. We don't want one side lifting up to the side. We want the heel driving back. And once you find your balance, you're welcome to try to lift the hands off the block to the heart, or out like an airplane, out like Superman, whatever feels good for you. Warrior three. When you're ready, back foot comes down. We'll return to our warrior one. Entering and exiting these harder poses through the same way. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, we'll fold the hands all the way down to the ground and lower the back knee down. Finding a low lunge, if you want to use your block, you can have that under the hand, or we can use our thigh. So in our low lunge, we've got knee over ankle on the front foot, shoulders are over hips on the back. And we'll turn this into a crescent lunge. Crescent lunge means we lift the arms up. Then we find a slight back bend in the upper back, gazing up at the sky or ceiling. And if you want to make it a little more challenging, sink the hips down, bend the front knee. It's okay if it goes past the ankle and toes. In this low lunge here, as long as your heel can stay down, we're working on our ankle mobility. And exhale, come out of the crescent lunge. Set your block out of your way. We'll lift the back toe, lift the back knee, pivot everything into a wide-legged forward fold. You can widen your stance until your hands meet the mat. And take a moment here. This is our rest pose, the equivalent of the new moon in our moon salutation. Head and neck can hang down. Remember to breathe. And before we continue on, let's wiggle walk the feet halfway in, and we'll kick it up a notch again, making it intermediate. We come down to Garland pose, a yogi squat. Two options. This is a good option if you have knee pain, if you can't really go any further without the heels lifting off the ground. This is fine. This is strength-based. It's very challenging, so don't feel like you're doing the easy version if you're up here. If you're able to, in the knees and the hips and the heels, we sink down all the way. Drive the knees out wider with the backs of your arms and take a deep squat. Either one is fine. This one's more flexibility based, takes more mobility. Take a few breaths and don't forget to smile. And hands can come back down. We'll inhale, lift the hips up. Find your wide-legged forward fold. Walk the hands over to the right foot. Pivot everything. And we'll start to do the poses we've done, but in reverse order, coming back up. So find your low lunge. Maybe you use a block to get there. Maybe not. Inhale, lift the arms up overhead for a crescent lunge. Arch through the upper back. Lift your weight off the lower back. We're not sinking down. We're shooting up. Strong core. Maybe sinking the hips further forward, bending the knee a little bit more. Deep crescent lunge. And exhale, hands come down. We'll lift the back knee. Take a little half step up. Come to a warrior one. So your front knee is bent, back heel's down. Warrior one. Inhale, reach up higher. Exhale, fold forward, find your block. Get it about a foot in front of you. Shift the shoulders over the block, and then lift the back foot. Lifting off the block with the hands if you want to. You can even feel your lower back and your hips to make sure they're even. Drive your heel back. It's okay to bend this bottom knee. That'll help with your balance. And then reverse out of it. Back foot comes down. Find a warrior one. We'll open up to a warrior two. So your right knee is bent. Feet perpendicular. Arms are out like a surfer. And we're heading back into a half moon pose. Let's lean forward. Reach down. Find your block. Get it about a foot in front of you. Shift till the shoulders over the wrist. Move it around however works best. And start to lift the back foot. Body height, you really have to squeeze into the hips to lift that foot. And then open up the chest, arm overhead. Gaze can be down on the ground or up at your top hand. And this is your half moon pose. If you're really struggling with half moon, I suggest to go against a blank wall. Have the wall right at your back, and that will take out the fear of falling. The balance gives you a little support and a very good alignment check. So once you're ready to come out of it, reverse, foot down, return to warrior two. We'll pivot the feet to face me. Let's reach up for star pose, full energy. And exhale into goddess. Strong legs. Open up the arms. And just because my students love that I went to Japan earlier this year, we're going to add in a little sumo pose. It's not a real yoga pose, but it's fun. So let's have our hands down on our thighs, lean forward a bit, and we'll take the right foot and lift it up. So you really have to balance. Higher you go, the harder it is, and come back down, just like a sumo wrestler. They're way better at this than I am. Other side, left foot lifts. Find your balance and come back down. There we go. Let's step the feet together, arms up. Find a mountain, hands together. And exhale as we steeple to the left. Inhale up. Exhale, steeple the other way. Inhale up. Exhale, float the hands down. Roll out the shoulders. Wiggle out the arms and legs a little. Moon sows are arm heavy in the sense that we're holding our arms out, even though they're not bearing any weight. Let's take a little rest. That was one moon salutation going in this direction like a big face of a clock. Now we've got to do it all over again, going the opposite way, and then we'll be ready for our cool down. Now that you have an idea of what's coming, maybe this time it'll be a little bit better, a little more confident. You can challenge yourself a little bit more in these harder poses. Find your mountain. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Palms together. This time we steeple to the right. Inhale up to center. Exhale, steeple to the left. Inhale up. Release the hands, step out wide, goddess pose. Inhale, reach up to star. And we'll find a warrior two, right knees, the front knee bending. Then lean forward, reach down for your block. Lift up to half moon pose. Maybe we challenge our balance by looking up at the top hand this time. And slowly reverse out of it, foot to the ground, find your warrior two. Back arm can float down and forward. The hips face the short edge of the mat, the back foot pivots, and now we lift to warrior one. Take a little breath. Inhale, reach up higher. Exhale, hands find your block. Shift shoulders over wrists. Lift the back foot. Find your warrior three. Listen to your body. Maybe it wants a deeper challenge than the first time around. Or maybe we found our limits then and we need to listen to those. Once you're ready to come out, foot comes down. Warrior one again. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, hands come all the way to your mat so we can lower the knee down and find a low lunge. This time around, if you want to challenge yourself, or if your knee hurts by resting on it and you'd rather not be on your knee, we can do a slightly harder version, a high lunge. High and low just means the placement of the back knee. Either way, our front knee still over the ankle, shoulders are over hips. We're probably arching the back a little to compensate. So think of tucking the tailbone, engaging all the muscles in the back leg. And now we can lift the arms up. Find a crescent lunge, reaching up, arching the upper back. And exhale, hands come down, walk them around, wide-legged forward fold. Breathe here. Wiggle walk the feet in. Take that yogi squat, either high or low. Find a few moments here to breathe and rest in the pose. And hands come down. Lift the hips up, widen out your stance. Walk the hands around to the left. Feet pivot. We'll find our lunge on this side. Knee can be down or up. Shoulders over hips. Tuck the tailbone. You'll get a deeper stretch in the hip flexor. And inhale, lift the arms up, arch the upper back, shooting that energy strong and tall. Exhale, hands come down to help you balance as we step the back foot up a little bit for our warrior one. Rising back up. Inhale, reach up higher. And exhale, fold the hands forward, find your block. Set it in front of you. Shift shoulders over wrist, lift into warrior three. Option to come off your block and find wherever you want your hands to be. Lower the back foot, rise back up to warrior one, and open up to a warrior two. We'll lean forward, reach down for the block, and we come into our half moon on this side. Step by step, lift the foot, reach up to the sky. Breathe through the pose. We never want to just hold our breath. And slowly unwind. Return to your warrior two. Pivot the feet to face me. We're almost there. Reach on up for star. Exhale down to goddess. And we'll try that sumo move one more time. Hands on thighs. Lean forward a bit. We'll lift up the left foot first. Find your balance. Lift it up. And come back down. Other side, lift. And return deep goddess pose. Inhale, feet together, arms up, and let's steeple to the right. Inhale up to center. Exhale, steeple to the left. Inhale up and release those arms, roll them out, shake them out. Whew, we did it. So that was our intermediate moon sal, a little bit harder than the beginner. Let's take a short cool down and shavasana. So travel over to the short edge of your mat, find a mountain. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. We have a block here if we want it. Exhale, hands down. We'll step one foot back, lower it down, step the other foot back, and come all the way down to your stomach. We'll do our cool down on our stomach today. Finding a crocodile pose. So that just means chin is resting on your hands, and you can windshield wiper your hips and heels to reset the pelvis. From here, let's take a Sphinx pose. Elbows under shoulders, palms down, arms are parallel, and we're not just sitting down in it relaxed. We want our shoulders depressing or pushing down into the mat, creating space in the neck. Then from here, let's tip your right ear to your right shoulder, getting a little stretch in the neck. It might feel harder than normal because of the Sphinx pose. That's okay. Exhale, roll your chin down to center. Inhale, let's roll up left ear to left shoulder. Exhale, chin to center again. Inhale, roll up right ear to right shoulder. And let's return the head to center. We'll lower the arms down, come to a crocodile, take a little breather. Windshield wiper hips and heels. Next, we'll do a baby cobra. Set the hands out a little wider than your mat, maybe a little more forward. Inhale and lift the top portion of the ribs, lift the shoulders, the head, maybe the elbows. And then let's lift the hands off the mat. This proves to us that we're using our back muscles and not our arms. Exhale, come back to crocodile, take a break. And we'll do a larger cobra next time. So bring the hands a little closer onto your mat, maybe right under the shoulders. Inhale, lift the rib cage, peel up a little further. All the ribs disconnect from the mat. Elbows could be bent still or straight, however far you get. Shoulders are away from the ears. And if you feel it in your lower back, think of pushing tops of the feet into the floor, squeezing the glutes, pulling the legs together. That'll help. And exhale, float down. From here, push yourself away from the ground just enough so that we can get the knees bent underneath us and come to a child's pose. Arms reach out forwards. Or if your shoulders need a break, we can wrap the hands down towards the feet. Let the shoulders round all the way forward. Take a few slow breaths here, recovering from the work we did today. And then when you're ready, let's walk the hands towards the body and sit upright. And we'll swivel the legs around to come to a staff pose. Staff pose means we sit like an L. Let's draw your feet all the way at the edge of the mat so we have plenty of space. And we'll have our hands out in front of us. We've got some options since we have blocks, and since this is intermediate, let's utilize that. So grab a block, put it between the legs so you can squeeze the legs together. We'll grab the other one to put between the hands to squeeze the hands. And start to curl the back as we roll down. The goal here going slowly against gravity. No momentum until you make it all the way down. Once you're there, reach the arms up overhead. Take a full body stretch. And then you can release your block and set it aside. Release the other one. Pull both knees into the chest, hug them in, and rock them around a little here. And then from here, we'll release the feet back to the mat. And you can find whatever position works best for you for Shavasana. It could be flat on your back like a mountain pose or corpse pose. Or if it's more comfortable on your back, you can bend your knees. You can also roll on your side, lay on your stomach if you're a stomach sleeper. Just get comfortable. We did a lot of work today. We did some harder poses. We required a lot more balance and strength than normal. So settle in to your final pose and take one big final inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Let it all out. From here, we can focus on softening the muscles, doing no more work, letting the body take over. And to come out of our Shavasana, let's start to wake back up and find some small movement in the wrists and ankles, the fingers and toes. Maybe taking some deeper breaths. And then expanding your movements into the arms and legs, reaching up and around for a deep stretch, bending the knees. Finding some movement in the knees, maybe side to side. And then when you're ready, you can push yourself away from the ground, the mat, and come back up to your easy seat where we started. Let's place your hands together at your heart. Take a little moment to appreciate everything that your body was able to do in this video today. If there's any pose that you couldn't do or that you fell out of that you're unhappy with, let go of that. We don't need to be perfect. Yoga is a practice, and the more you do, the more you get out of it, even if you can never do those harder poses. So with that, namaste, and I hope to see you again. Thanks for joining me.